everybody. Thanks for joining me on this afternoon. I think for the last workshop run. I really appreciate it. Once that you choose this session. My name is Frank Hiddink. I'm with called Learning Hub Friesland here from Leeuwarden, and for the next hour I would like to inform you and hopefully also inspire you about the potential that European cooperation and European funding has that could be handy for your organization, for your mentoring programs or the type of organization that you are involved with. Quickly introduce myself. Since 2018 I founded Learning Hub Friesland together with a colleague of mine to dedicate ourselves to make sure that organizations, especially here in the region, whether they are in let's say formal education or more informal ways of supporting youngsters, that they are more aware and also more involved in European cooperation projects, which also typically enable them to get some funding for it from Brussels as well. Here in the region, typically schools, but also youth programs, they wouldn't be necessarily internationally oriented. Hi, please join. No, just that's all right. And just introducing myself. Because here in the region, typically, if you look at the statistics, there are not a lot of organizations who actually make the step to Brussels or to apply for funding, which is not perfectly understandable, because I think the gap is pretty big between your daily operations here in education, youth programs, and let's say the bubble that exists there, the EU and Brussels. And our organization here in the region tries to make that gap smaller or form a bridge to make sure that these organizations who actually really deserve it should also get this funding, but it's not so much money oriented. It's more about, well, the benefits that it has to exchange with others in other countries, that you can have a look how they operate, learn from them, and the other way around as well. And today I hope to inspire you by giving a few examples of successful international projects and how you can maybe organize them themselves for yourself as well. This is our team. I founded it together with Anna, my colleague, and we have a team of 4 since yesterday. Oh, sorry, not since yesterday, since last year. But that would be really quick. But to make the connection with students and also with NHL Standing University, where we are today, Anastasia joined us. She's from former student here of NHL Standing who did her internship with us, and also since March we have Brandy with us, also from NHL Stenden. So also there we try to also see how we can involve youngsters, how we can support them, and also definitely incorporate them through internships as new employees to our organization. So now we have a team of 6. You can also see here is we're quite an international team. Brandy being from the US, Simon from the UK, and Anastasia from Lithuania, actually. So we have a nice international team operating from here, trying to support schools and youth work. Maybe you've walked around the town already, but here we are based in a former jailhouse called the Blokhuispoort in Leeuwarden. Was a former jail, and now a cultural and creative center that also includes library, a hostel actually, and also restaurants and creative spaces. And we're up here, one of the few rooms that doesn't have the bars, the jail bars in there, because that was the former director's office, or that was everybody coming into the jail. So that's where we are now. To really put it in our mission and our dream, what we do on a daily basis is to talk with teachers and youth workers to see what's going on in their field and see if there are challenges there that maybe we have the network for, to combine them with other people with maybe the same issues that we can help them with on a European level. So what we then do is to harvest these challenges in the region and to see how we can really match them with others abroad, but certainly also match them with the European priorities that are out there to supply funding to. What I'd like to do with you today, what kind of cooperation and funding opportunities there are. Then I also like to hear from you a bit later in the interactive part after the recording stops. So then you can say basically anything you like, and then also to do some practical exercises with you. Like to join still?
A bit late.
Yeah, that's all right. And to do some assignments with you for you to maybe I'd like to hear from you your experience so far as well. Maybe you have already been involved in projects on the European scale, but maybe some of you might have not. And doing these assignments, I hope to give you a bit more concrete idea how such an European collaboration project funded by the European Union, how that would actually work. Because I can imagine maybe if you don't have the experience that you think, oh, it's rather abstract to me at this moment. So let's see by 2:15 this afternoon. Hopefully you get some more perspective on that. So that's in terms of the today. Reasons, what I mentioned already. First of all, to start off with internationalization, especially related to education, to youth work. I think it's not only the topic that you learn when you go somewhere else, but actually the whole experience. Youngsters going to other places, I think that also definitely builds your character. Well, you have to become more independent. In a way, it's also, I think, comparable to moving out of your parents' place somehow, and being on your own and learning also with mistakes how to I think in the end become a more complete or better person. So a lot of aspects that you as a person can develop. The same goes for organizations, coaches, and teachers, which I think fall into this category. What are some of the benefits? I think, especially but also you get a fresh perspective on how others actually do it. Together, you can come up with even newer or innovative. But that's also where my passion lays. Why we started learning how Friesland. In the end, what I would like to do is I do it for the youngsters and the students to really give their a unique experience by taking them on board these type of projects. And like I said, it really character and can really improve their but also language skills and their like a nice term, cultural flexibility as well. Then to not make it I would like to give you some examples of what might be to see a low barrier way of getting into English or international training program. This is one of the examples I'd like to mention, which is called Lotto Youth, to support the advanced learning and training opportunities for youth and for coaches as well, actually. It's a list of trainings and seminars across Europe that are provided by agencies and NGOs in the youth field. They're all available on the website, and they're really aimed at youth workers out their personal competences and become a better in their profession. I will quickly show you the platform. Are you familiar with it by any chance? Yeah, you are. Going on such a training?
Not with my actual company here representing, but with former context,
I'll quickly, maybe you would agree, a low barrier way of getting into it. On the platform you can register. I did an right here that is currently, for instance, on this platform. You get a about well, different youth work approaches for need situations, which stands for not an education or training, I believe. Relating unemployment issues. And no cost to it, because that is all covered by the program. There's all apply and to get your travel and your accommodation costs. So then it would only take your time, and all other costs are then and there are multiple of these type of trainings that can last for a week, but there are also 2-day or 3-day training courses. You can apply for it and send in your CV and in an international way. I wanted to highlight on the platform there you can get notifications. Trainings coming up to the platform, organized by country. Trainings that fit your profile or your interest. Talking about European cooperation for youth workers, for youth so many opportunities in Brussels where you can apply for in terms of projects. I like to narrow it down. Just a few examples, because otherwise it might feel overwhelming. There are so many opportunities there. In certain otherwise it so therefore I'd like to highlight the Erasmus Plus program. Yeah, in what way? Can I ask you? A lot of terms like KA1, KA2. I will go over that, but that is program is set up. It is the main program of the European Union for education for youth and for sports.